Good afternoon, friends. One of the things that I want to address with you today is many times when you're advocating for the Jews and advocating for their right to the land of Israel, most people want to ascribe evil to the Jews or even try to point out sins of the Jews. Do Jews sin? Absolutely. But does it have anything to do with the covenants? Absolutely not. First of all, God made a covenant with Abraham, which was an unconditional covenant made by God himself, not by Abraham. Abraham had no duties in the covenant. All right? Now, but I want to show you how God deals with the Jewish people and the sins of the Jewish people. Okay, so I will be addressing with you the 89th number of the Psalms, which is an address for the covenant with David. So let me be clear on something. David was from Judah. David was the first king of Judah. David was a Jew. Okay, God made a promise to David. So I want to read something for you. Okay. All right. And it says from Psalms 89 and 27, also I will make him, David, my firstborn, the highest of the kings of the earth. My mercy I will keep with him forever. Okay. Remember that. Forever means forever. And my covenant shall stand firm with him. Listen closely. His seed also I will make to endure forever, and his throne as the days of heaven. Okay? Now listen here, for you who try to point out the sins of the Jews. Listen what God says. If his sons forsake my law and do not walk in my judgments, if they break my statutes and do not keep my commandments, okay, they sin. They rebelled against God. This is the Jewish people. If they rebelled against God, if the kings of Judah rebel against God, God had something to say. Then I will punish their transgression with a rod. So the Jewish people sinning will be punished by God. Now, but there's something else in the scriptures that you need to read, right? I will punish their transgression with a rod and their iniquity with stripes. Nevertheless, my loving kindness I will not utterly take from him, nor allow my faithfulness to fail. So notice, God say he will punish the Jewish people, but he will never take his loving kindness. His loving kindness he will never utterly take from him. Right? And nor allow his faithfulness to fail. Okay? So if the Jewish people sin, God will punish them. But his loving kindness will never utterly depart from them. And his faithfulness, or God's faithfulness to David and the covenant he made with David, will never fail. If you can destroy the Jew, God is wrong. Okay? Now, my covenant I will not break. This is God talking. Nor alter the word that has gone out of my lips. Once I have sworn by my holiness, I will not lie to David. His seed shall endure forever, and his throne as the sun before me. It shall be established forever like the moon, even like the faithful witness in the sky. That's what God will do. So I want you to understand it has nothing to do when you start trying to talk about the sins of the children of Israel, right? That God will deal with that. The job of the Gentile is to bless the Jew, and ultimately Satan is trying to stop the second coming. He is trying to thwart Bible prophecy. Jesus Christ will sit on the throne of his father David, and there's nothing an anti-Semite can do about it. God swore to David that he would set up a descendant on his throne. I believe that descendant to be Jesus of Nazareth. And if you could destroy the Jewish people, Bible prophecy is not true. The covenant with Abraham would be a lie, and the covenant with David would be a lie. Now, I want you to do something and go fact check me. The reason the book of Matthew starts with the book of the generation of Jesus Christ, the son of David and the son of Abraham, is because God made two everlasting, unconditional covenants with those men. And if you can destroy the Jew, you can make Bible prophecy untrue. And I can tell you that that's never going to happen. Just like God predicted that, Jesus predicted that they would come back into the land, they have done so. Satan hates the Jew because what God does for the Jew increases the faith of the Gentile. When I see that God keeps his promise to Abraham and to David, hallelujah, I know that God will keep all of his promises with me. To be anti-Semitic or to be a Jew hater means that you're actually fighting against the will of God, the will of the God of the Bible, which is the true and the living God. The sad thing is that most Christians don't even know these things. You're not reading the Bible. Again, fact check me. Go see in the 89th number of the Psalms and the 132nd number of the Psalms whether or not God promised David an eternal kingdom. He promised his descendants would reign on his throne forever.